are down on the bayou as you get a look inside the Superdome here in New Orleans.
Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season
between the Washington Commanders
and the New Orleans Saints. Two teams more than ready to get this one started. And we are underway from the Superdome.
And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down.
And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. No surprise there. Chase Young wrecks that play with a sack.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass, followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline. They'll look to throw here. And that is incomplete.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
And here's Hoff-Richter now, the punter, as he sends this one away.
Good coverage there holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10.
Throwing to start the drive. Right. Got a man complete to Miller.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Well, there you go, Charles, the first completed pass of his young career.
And we expect it not to be his last. Very good to get the first one out of the way, though, as he begins his career.
Miller in motion right.
First carry of the game for Brian Robinson.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted. It winds up falling incomplete.
So the open look beyond the first down marker to the receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on third down. Off-play action, right. And he fires one that's intercepted.
Picked off by Paulson Adebo. And the Saints are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point, his first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid, the reason that they drafted him, and go out and play.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. He'll drop to throw.
There's Chris Olave. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 13 yards as the quick slant keeps the drive moving. A nice completion there for the first down. And, Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week one. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020? He was excellent. Kyler Murray with the Cardinals. The best part about his game, had his team right on the brink of the playoffs. And Deshaun Watson has won division titles after having started from day one.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll drop to throw. Thomas has got it. Complete. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Chase Young in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. They'll set up a throw. He completes it to Olave. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 23 yards to pick up there. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. Kamara up the middle. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. A much different second drive here, Charles. They go 3 and out the first time. This time they've been able to sustain something downfield.
And that's what often happens. You get the game started. You know, you have to get your footing underneath you. You have to get used to the flow of the game, the speed of the game. And sometimes that first drive is more of a probing drive. It appears they found something here in the second one.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. They'll set up to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. And the Commanders are going to have it here at their own 15.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. To the right side, complete to Miller. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. 2nd down and a run by Robinson. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 15 yards to pick up. First down, Washington.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. We're scoreless after one. Right, throwing on first down. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is picked up by the Saints. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. And they put it on the ground here on the second drive. And, of course, Charles, that follows drive number one where they had the INT.
Makes you wonder what's going on with this team because a lot of times we can attribute it to nerves, but maybe it's a lack of focus. Maybe it's the preparation for the game. Maybe they just came into a little lackadaisical because that's just not looking good at all. That's just not the football that we came here to see.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. Charles, this offense just can't seem to get off the ground.
But the quarterback, he has to keep picking himself off the ground because this pass rush, they've been on him so far in a big way. 3 sacks here in the first half. He might tell his offensive line, quit helping me up and just block the guys in front of you.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and pump the football.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd and manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Off the play fake. Right. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. It's a loss of about 6, and that brings up 3rd. The 2nd long now starting even longer to go in the wrong direction.
Doesn't move exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Being chased out left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And, partner, I know so far, and we're still in the first half, but you love this game as a defensive guy. 0-0. We'll see if the offense can get going on this drive.
Well, you know how they talk about music to your ears? How about what it does for your eyes when you watch something like this, right, where these teams are locked in and going at it, no points going up on the scoreboard? I'm loving it. You're exactly right.
Well, switch over, though, to an offensive mindset for a moment. What do they need to do here to get on track and get some points?
Well, I think a couple of ways. Number one, you pull out something maybe they haven't seen before. Coaches always talk about unscouted looks. Maybe you give them something that they haven't seen on tape, and now you shock them that way. The second, run your basic playbook, but run it so well that you give your skill position guys a chance to make big plays individually.
The Saints on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Again, it's Kamara. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 12. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and it's going to be a first down. Well done. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
Quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. A 10th carry for Kamara. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. On the counter, here's Kamara. And he'll be brought down with the first down after a gain of about 11, as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. 59 yards rushing for him in this first half, as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They run it again with Kamara. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. A give. This is Kamara. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down.
And they have just not been able to block him at all throughout this game. Seems like every other play, he's doing something in the backfield. Already got 2 sacks. And now here's a tackle behind the line.
And this one is right through. And we have action on the scoreboard just before halftime. It's 3-0. So they're able to win that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And with a little under a minute to go, they may try and work their way into field goal range and try to tie up this ball game. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A good gain on first has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Back to throw. Right. And a quick throw here that's complete. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Looking to throw. Right. Going deep this time for Miller. And that is incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing again. Right. He's got his target. It's the tight end Knox. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Another completion there, and you think about the draft back in the spring. He's selected in the 1st round, getting the start here as we mentioned in week 1. It's got to be quite a whirlwind for a young quarterback.
Absolutely, because going in the 1st round, people are going to clamor for you to be the starter right away, but many teams want you to get your feet wet first, you know, maybe just kind of hang out behind a veteran starter. In this case, though, he ascended right to the top role, and I know he's excited about the opportunity.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the 2nd half. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. They're set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the 1st half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. 13 yards there at a Washington 1st.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend, show that he's right.
Back to Robinson now on first down. 48 yards on the ground for him so far.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Robinson with another carry. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1. Robinson will try to pick it up. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield.
Brent, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Let's go now.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Wide open receiver complete. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. A good pickup there, 21 yards. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he cannot get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
What we've seen so far in this game, they're not going to allow a big shot over the top. You can have whatever you want underneath. They'll give you that, but they're not going to let you beat them deep.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. On the right side, this is Miller. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 19. 11 more yards there. This methodical drive continues.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
Finding Miller once more, complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to 1st and goal.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal. They'll run with Robinson. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
Robinson is not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard down to the 3. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease anywhere to put his foot on the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Robinson. They push forward, but I don't think it's enough. He's going to be about a yard short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that will set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. This defense continues to be good on 3rd down. I mean, they haven't allowed a touchdown offensively. Are you saying, let's go for this? Let's try to get it in the end zone.
I don't know about that because of what you just described. They've been so good, and they don't.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Brian Robinson Jr. punching it in from a yard away. And the Commanders have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the 2nd half. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And he's got some space here. 80 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
And I don't think Kamara got there. Looks like they stopped him short. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. Here comes the Saints punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
As long as you go through the proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those unreliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it when they get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the 1st down and then some.
Right now on 1st down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
2nd and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Finding Knox there, complete. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints 37.
And the Commanders' 1st down.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. Some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. Completion left side to Miller. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. Again, he'll drop the throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And the Saints are right back in this football game. We're holding on to the lead at this stage in the second half. Those are the types of plays you really want to try and stay away from.
And when you're a rookie, keeping your focus is something that you still have to work on all the time because there's so many distractions around you between the crowd noise and your coaches and your team.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. John Franklin Myers able to get in there and run him down for what's going to be a loss of 15 yards all told. After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's second and a country mile. Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Jamin Davis. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's the guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Right. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. So a nice throw there. And, CD, I have to think you've been impressed with what you've seen thus far here in his debut.
Now, you know me well. I have been impressed because what I've seen is him starting to understand how to play the game in a short amount of time. The dazzling plays, they'll come and with experience. But right now, we're seeing him handle the game, make all the smart plays, and the right reads.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Coverage was all put tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This will get the lead up to 7. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And that last turnover could have proven more costly, but their defense only gave up 3. But now answering with a field goal doesn't do them much on this drive. They need to try and find the end zone.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
Now back to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. But just add that to the list of great moments for this defense today. They've really shredded that game plan on the other side all 4 quarters. And, Charles, that pick 6, that's kind of the cherry on top.
Yeah, they did it, and I feel like I'm quoting a bad movie line, but they did it together, didn't they? Fed off of each other, every big play they made, every tackle, every pick, everything they've done. They continually built energy in this one, and how about them culminating with a pick 6?
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And we'll see if they can band back together after the pick 6. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A 2-score game. And my goodness, another interception. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. And you have to wonder, Charles, in a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it.
And he's taken down here by the Saints. No stopping Peyton Turner on that sack. He would not be denied. Boy, that's tough, Charles. First play of the drive, you're hoping to stay ahead of schedule. You take that huge sack, and now you're facing 2nd and a mile.
And the entire time, you're probably thinking the same thing I was. Either get rid of the ball safely, of course, or go down. The yardage he gave up on that play, that's going to be tough for them to make up.
Under pressure, they got him again. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. It's Miller, complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, this is a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. To throw is right. Throwing on 4th down. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the Saints are right back in this football game. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure, but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but... And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. Now it looks like he'll throw here. And he's able to find Miller. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
Out to Knox, and he's got it along the sideline.
And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? Looking to throw. Right. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
Here's Wright. Gonna throw on 3rd and goal.
Touchdown, Washington.
A great play there. His first NFL reception goes for 6.
And the Commanders are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. These fans just kind of beside themselves right now.
105 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the season opener.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Kamara up the middle. Well, a pretty move couldn't create much space. Down just beyond the 35.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. On 2nd down, Kamara. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
On 3rd down, here's Kamara. And he will have the 1st down as he's brought down up near midfield. The drive stays alive. A 3rd down gain of 8. Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
CD, always a little extra excitement for week 1, and one of our early window games here in week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the